This is great bonus Evernote advice and relationship advice right here.
Built a career and a marriage on it.
Yeah. It's everything to everyone. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm joined by Steve Dotto from DottoTech. It's really great to have you, Steve.
It is a pleasure to join you.
It's finally awesome that we got to grab some time for this, because I've been following you for like 4 or 5 years now. I think the community probably have been already subscribers before they even found me.
That's awesome. It's kind of fun. It feels strange being the senior citizen in the productivity space, but it is good. I've been following you as well. I think about 9 months, 10 months, you hit my horizon, and you're doing a great job, Francesco. I really love everything that you're putting out there. I think you're right on the right path.
Oh, thanks, Steve. It's an honor. But yeah, we grabbed a bit of time now to chat a bit about Evernote. So yeah, obviously that situation at the moment.
Yeah, no kidding. So disappointing.
Yeah.
Just this last week, depending on when we go to air, they just released all these new templates and stuff like this, and they're giving us a bunch of crap we haven't asked for, and they haven't given us any of the stuff that we do want. I just shake my head.
Yeah, that's it. And have you been able to play out with the templates just yet?
No, I've been too busy to look at them. I mean, I took a quick cursory glance at them, and I can see how they're a nice addition. And but are they a game changer? No, a game changer is Evernote reestablishing trust that we think they're a company moving ahead. Giving us some templates that is going to appeal to a small percentage of people, or giving us a way to build our own templates. We've all had hack workarounds on that for how long? I mean, I've got templates. Do you have templates? Yeah. I have templates. Yeah. They make nicer templates than me. Woohoo!
There are so many people in that, like the comments on Twitter, like Evernote have already had templates years, so why are they re-releasing them? But
because but the thing that just absolutely, and I saw you commenting on the same thing. I commented on it. I posted a video which I thought was a off the side of my desk video, and it just went boom. People are so engaged and so interested. Is when Evernote released the upgrade of their logo and the smoky eye on the elephant.
Yeah.
And when they did that, and they talked to us about this as an upgrade, and it just kind of brought it all into focus. Like, boom, it brought our attention back. And it's, wait a minute, what about the things we've been asking for 10 years? Yeah. How hard is it for them to look at how often we've asked for notebook level encryption or notebook level security or note level security, so that we can actually feel safe about storing our tax returns in Evernote and not having to do the kludge workaround of having local notebooks, which defeats the entire purpose.
That's it. So, they've been clumsy for a while though. Like, do you remember when, I think it was maybe 2 years ago or so, they released they accidentally update, well, they didn't accidentally, they updated their privacy policy, and it mentioned something about the Evernote employees reading the information. And they didn't do a very good job about that, did they?
No. I will give them a pass on that. Almost every SaaS company I know has managed to stick their foot in it from time to time. Oh, yeah. I'm a big user of Patreon for my community. They did it about 2.5 months ago. They just completely made a mess of it. Most of them have done it at one point or another. Twitter does it on a regular basis. Facebook, let's not even get started. Yes. So I'll give Evernote a pass for the privacy policy thing, and it's one of the few things. I mean, which is nice. I think it's generous of us to do that because they haven't earned it in very many other areas lately.
And where do you think Evernote is heading? Let's say we skip forward 3 years. We're having a conversation. Where do you think they will be?
My real fear is they're a legacy app. My fear is they become... Now, what I mean by a legacy app is it's an app that you use because you have to use it, not because you want to use it. So Windows, a lot of Windows users, they built a system in Windows NT, right? A corporate system in Windows NT, and their inventory system is there. Now, they'd love to be using something more modern, something more efficient, something better, but because they have so much invested in that old operating system, in that old way of doing things, that you are using it because you are forced to. Evernote is blessed. They've got people who have their life's work invested in Evernote, stored in Evernote. So those people aren't going to go anywhere unless Evernote goes away. It's too much effort for them to move. But they run the risk of becoming the app that we use because we have to use, not because we want to use. And I think they're well down that path unless they change soon.
Yeah, that's it. I agree with you. I think a lot of people have been discussing the acquisition side of stuff, like,
Yeah.
and that's a potential, isn't it? Because we see, like, I mean, this week, we've had Slack acquiring Astro, which was, I know it's a small app, but, you know, they're starting to get gobbled up as soon as that sort of space becomes vulnerable.
Yeah, and an acquisition can be good. I mean, I look at the LastPass acquisition. I was really concerned about that. It was an app that a lot of people were invested in, and it seems to have gone really well. You know, it's better than ever now. So there is, and every, you know, people roll out who the potential acquirers are, and it's like discussing I guess in your nation, a football trade. You know, what if we traded so and so to so and so for all of this, and wouldn't both of our teams be better? So we're like those people talking about, in Canada it's all hockey trades, of course. Yeah. But we have no idea what's going on in the background. We have no idea. You know, they can talk about Google acquiring them, which would be fine. And you know, I've thought long and hard about what a cool acquisition it would be for Amazon. You know, because there would be some really nice native tie-ins to the Amazon shopping cart, and being able, in the clipper, the web clipper becomes a whole different animal when you start looking at Amazon. But that's just me thinking. It's not based on any reality or any you know, true research. It's just, you know, we call it spitballing. You know, just throwing something at the wall, seeing what sticks. Yeah,
and I'm the sort of same with those thoughts. But the thing is, even when they get acquired, I think that the company that has them can't just shut them down. They'll be like the worst company ever. Like, I think that's just my opinion.
Yes, if it's not Microsoft.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, they'll kill anything
because they've shown the ability to do that often in the past. I mean, you know, they think of it. So that one scares me. I don't think that I don't think that, because there's even though you know, they're soulless beasts, these companies, there is a responsibility, and they recognize the fact that with an app like Evernote, there's a social responsibility that people do have their lives inexorably entwined with this app. So they are going to be around, and that's one of the reasons that we continue to teach people some of the good features of it and the ways to use it. You know, I really struggled releasing new videos on Evernote, and my last video, I actually, while it was being edited, I took a look at the first pass and I said, Liz, I got to put a disclaimer in the front. And I actually re-recorded a disclaimer that, like, I drop in the front of the video saying, I'm not telling you this is the best route to go, but if you are in this, these are the reasons that it's still a good tool. And it was a very strange place to be kind of apologizing for sharing knowledge. But that's what they brought us to. And with the recent defections at the top end, I think we've reached a catharsis. Either it's going to get better or it's going to get worse. Now, if the problem is the leadership, if the problem is the CEO, it's not going to get better. You know, we're just going to continue down this path. And I think we'll know in 9 to 16 months.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not going to happen quickly. It's glacial.
I think that, like, I don't know whether a lot of people have been asking me on the comment side of stuff, like, what if Evernote does shut down? And I've been sort of saying to them that even if they were to, like, set a date in the future, and that all does happen, like 2 years on, whatever it is, they're always going to have this period of time that will allow people to export their notes, to get everything out, won't they?
Oh,
am I right?
Yes, and it's not the end of the world. You know, the region that I live in Vancouver, in British Columbia, there's a lot of telecommunications companies. Back in the day of wireless, a lot of the compression technologies and all of that came out of this area. There was a think tank in Burnaby where lots of wireless technology came. And we had a couple of very large wireless companies here, and one of the biggest failed, and it crashed, and it burned. And that was the start of Burnaby becoming a wireless hub, because all of these engineers, all these people with great ideas, was suddenly cast into the wind. And all of these startups fired up. And within 3 to 4 years, we have a burgeoning economy in that area around wireless technology because of the one that had failed. when a tree falls in the forest, it clears space for other trees to grow, and all of these multiple seedlings sprout up, and the most viable of them survive.
Yeah.
So if Evernote dies, it's not the end of the world. All the data is still there. You've got it all on your computer still. Yeah. Creative, resourceful people are going to find a better way to bring that information out and to transition you to something else. And they have a ready-made market of 225 million people clamoring for a solution. So it's bad, but it's not disastrous. And in fact, it might end up being a year down the road, 2 years down the road, we might say, wow, best thing ever happened.
Yeah, that's very true. And I was talking about like the seedlings that are coming out of the ground. Notion is what is, and I wanted to ask you, how is your state of Notion right now? What's the?
I'm still Notion's asking a lot from me. Is my problem? Notion looks like such a capable tool. Here's my biggest fear and probably the biggest opportunity. I think Notion is going to be just it's going to build an ecosystem of its own. It's a really creative app. And as I went through it, it asked me to give up too many things, because to embrace Notion, one has to eschew Evernote. One has to eschew Asana, perhaps even eschew Slack. We have to now take Notion as we have to become monogamous with Notion, because it does so much. And you feel you're cheating on it if you still do things in Asana, and we have all these systems built up, et cetera. So that's what's kind of stopping me from really diving in right now. Is its capability is exceptional, but it's also complex. And so unless you're going in with an open heart and really looking for a solution, right now, every time I see a new feature, there's resistance from me saying, oh no, they want me to do that too. Oh geez. And I suddenly start thinking, I don't know if you go through this, but I have systems that work for me now. Like for me, 6-7 years ago, Evernote was the tool that changed my life, and everything started to focus around.
Yeah.
Well, in the last 20 months, Asana has been the tool that's changed my life. My whole team, we are in sync to a heartbeat on Asana.
Yeah.
That's what works for us. And so whether or not Asana is the best tool for it, I have no opinion. But it's the right tool because it's the tool we use, and it's a tool we use to produce all of our work. So I always tell people, when you make a decision, that there is no right decision in any of these tools. You make the decision, the right decision, by vesting in that decision, you turn it into the right decision. So even if it's not the best tool, your actions with that tool make it the best choice. The only bad choice is to not do anything.
Yeah.
So for when I look at a tool like Notion right now, while I'm really excited about it. I want to start releasing videos. I know they'll do well. My videos will do well, and I know that I have a pent up demand in our communities of people would love to see start to do some demos on it, but I'm not ready yet. Every time I look I go down rabbit holes every time. Do you do this? I go into it and I go into one section and I just start playing in the rabbit hole of that section.
Yeah.
Everything from it's like going back to the days of trying to decide what your screen name was in Messenger. I spent so much time on the freaking cover art of every little section just so it looks so perfect.
So fast. And I get maybe 2 emails a day like, Francesco, how do I even get started on it? And I'm just like, the way that I'm recommending people to get started now is draw out what you would like to see on paper, and then try and replicate that as your homepage, and then go from there. Because so many people are doing exactly that. They're going into these rabbit holes and then getting lost and not coming back out.
That's it. You don't come back out. You're gone for days. So now are you taking this on yourself? I'm going to turn into an interviewer. Is this going to be, because this is your opportunity, right? Because you've established your street credibility now in the entire space, and this is the most you could ride this wave. Like I'll admit, I rode Evernote as the Evernote guy for the longest time, and it created credibility for me in so many spaces. This is your opportunity. No, and it was weird because last July, that's when I actually found out about Notion over a lunch with another YouTuber called Alex Icon. And he was like, you gotta, this one's just coming out. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And was like,
this is amazing. I think I've made like 20 videos over the year, and they've all just exploded because there have been so many people. So yeah, it could be my version of Evernote.
With one cautionary note.
Yeah.
They have to come up with we have to believe that they're going to be around.
Yeah, that's it.
We've seen these super elaborate versions of productivity apps grow, great capability, too complex, don't entrench a marketplace, and they go. I think one of the reasons Evernote's been so successful at the end of the day is people like me and you have made it simple for people to understand. You know, I've got a little mini course called Evernote Made Easy, and I don't know how many thousands of people have gone through it. And all I do is I say, just step away, and I break Evernote down into 2 or 3 simple things that everybody can do and should do in creating a concept. I call them anchor notes, where and I can't tell you how many people it just locks in. This is the value of Evernote. I say, walk around your house and take a picture of every filter underneath the cabinet that you have to buy occasionally. Take a picture of your furnace filter that you have to buy. Make sure you understand what light bulbs are under the sink, or under your cupboards. And take a picture of all of them. So, and then store them in a note, so that when you're at the store and you go, geez, it's fall, I should change the furnace filter. You don't know what size your furnace filter is. I don't know what size I got it in Evernote. Or add another note with all of your wife's sizes. What's her dress size? What's her shoe size? Right? So you've got it there on the afternoon of your anniversary when you're going to the store and you're shopping, and you don't have to get her just flowers and chocolates, but you can get her a nice jacket or something like that, or something that she really wants, right? You got it. And as soon as they hear that, they go, it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And the ubiquitous nature of it then makes sense. The fact that it gives you what you need, where you need it, when you need it, right? That is, I don't have that clarity moment yet with Notion.
Yeah.
And
I know. Yeah, I understand.
That's your job.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's just so many things to so many people to so many situations that you're just like.
And that's not a selling point.
Yeah.
That's something that we can't get people to commit on that.
No. I need to steal that idea from you, though. I never even thought of that one.
Anchor notes.
The dress sizes.
Oh.
That's brilliant.
Everything. You can take her glove size. You can buy her gloves if you know her hand size. It's awesome. And it's a get out of jail.
Straight after.
And for everybody in a relationship, it is a get out of jail free card. When you know you screwed up, ring size.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what her fragrances are? Do you know the names of them? I know the smells of them. Do you know the names of them? Put it down. Take a picture. Just sneak around and take a picture of her bottles.
This is great. Bonus Evernote advice and relationship advice right here.
Build a career and a marriage on it.
Yeah. It's everything to everyone.
Doesn't get better.
Thanks so much for your advice here on Notion. And
it's my pleasure.
And for everyone who isn't already subscribed to you, which is probably, I'd say, 90% of this audience are already subscribed, but where can everyone find you after this call?
Everywhere I'm online at DottoTech. But most important, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's what I appreciate. And anybody that's a baby boomer out there, look for the Steve Dotto channel, because I'm talking more and more. I've started a personal vlog encouraging baby boomers to get more involved in a digital lifestyle. And increasingly, we're talking about the transition phase as we're moving from active employment to what they don't want to call it retirement anymore. They now call it our transition years or something like that. I'm all these new terms, or they also call it third age, which sounds rather ominous. But we need a side hustle. We need to stay relevant. We need to find some place to keep us energized. Some of us want to continue with income. So increasingly, I'm talking to my generation about remaining relevant in the digital age.
Yeah, I love your vlogs as well. And congrats on all the Burpee Challenges recently.
Oh, jeez.
Good effort.
I did 1,000 burpees for chair. Well, my gym didn't have a defibrillator, and I thought we need one. And so the woman that runs my gym said, I said, I'll raise the money because I have a social media following. And she goes, do 1,000 burpees. I went, you're crazy. I'll have to use the defibrillator before we've even bought it. But it was fun. It was a good personal challenge for me to be able to do. I don't think it wasn't fun, but I feel good the fact that I could do it.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And you've got video evidence of it now, which is great.
And the community turned out. We had great response. It was really heartwarming to see all the people come out to the gym, and we had tons of people watching the live stream, and we had people from all over the world donating to help pay for it. So it's hung on the wall. We've got a defibrillator there. Hopefully, we never need it, but it's there if we do.
Brilliant. Oh, I love it, Steve. Oh, well, congrats on that one. But everyone should definitely go follow Steve because he's a legend in the space and always has great advice. And I'm looking forward to those Notion videos.
Awesome. Oh, I'm looking forward to you establishing Notion Quick Start. There you go.
Notion Quick Start, yeah.
It's a great list builder.
It could be, yeah. I'm on it. Cheers, Steve.
Well, let's do this again sometimes. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Thanks, Francesco.
Cheers.